Hey everybody, welcome back to Corpse Factory. On the last episode, we have set up the big plan for the great corpse heist. So I'm hoping we get into that on this episode. Anyway, I'm more eager than usual to get this day started. When I get out of bed, I take my medication, just like usual. I've been good at keeping up with it lately, sticking to my newfound convictions. I wash down the tablets with a glass of water. After getting dressed, I put on my makeup. The same morning routine, the same movements, the same actions. But I feel good today. I'm not dragging my feet. I'm happy that things are moving forward, both for me and for Corpse Girl. As I'm packing my handbag, I receive a call from Aoi. Aoi? I haven't spoken to her for a little while. In fact, the last time we spoke, I think it was way back when she didn't come into the office for her first day of work. That was nearly 2 weeks ago. Shit. I really dropped the ball. I'm supposed to be trying to look after her, but I've been so caught up with my own crap. In addition, I've been actively trying to put her out of my mind in order to get over my feelings for her. But now I feel like I've just neglected the poor girl, at a time when she needs me the most. I hurriedly answer the call, too guilty to keep her waiting any longer.
Aoi! Hey! Noriko? I'm so glad you called. I've been a terrible friend. I haven't kept in touch with you. No, it's okay. Really. I've been busy. I should have called you earlier. Seriously, I'm sorry. It's okay. Did you want to talk to me about something? Yes. Well, I think so. Please, you can talk to me about anything. I'm Noriko, remember? Yes, that's true. So, I wanted to ask, have you ever heard of something called Corpse Girl's website?
I have, Aoi. I've also heard of my sweet Betty. You're not coming up? No, she just wanted to have a little shout at me. Aoi knows about Corpse Girl?
Yeah, I've heard rumors. Really? Wow. So, does it really exist? Apparently, yeah. I couldn't find any solid information about it. What is it? Well...
How do I explain this to her? Should I explain this to her? Aoi is so sweet and innocent. Does she need to know about a website designed to conjure the omnipresent spectre of death?
It's all just hearsay. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Oh, but I want to know. Well, people say that you can use the site to request somebody's death. Requested death? But how? How does it work? Really, I don't know. I've heard that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse. The photo is supposedly sent from the future. Whoa. Really? That sounds like something from a manga.
It does.
Yeah, suppose it does. Have you ever used the website? Of course not, silly. What kind of person do you think I am? Sorry. Why are you so excited about this anyway? Oh, no reason. I kinda just like weird stuff like this. You do? Oh, I never knew that. You don't know everything about me, Miss Noriko.
Even through the phone, I can sense that Aoi is in a happier mood than usual. Her cheery voice gives me a sense of nostalgia, and I think back to the time we spent together in school.
Don't go using the site, okay? It's not good to mess with crap like that. Don't worry. I wouldn't use something so scary.
Doubt.
I just heard about it, and, well, I got kind of curious is all. Alright. By the way, how is everything? Are you still working at the maid cafe? Yeah. And that customer of yours? He's still around. You're not in trouble, are you? No.
A light suddenly switches on in my mind, and I realise why Aoi was asking about Corpse Girl's website.
Aoi? You're not thinking about requesting that guy's death, are you? Aoi? You told me that you didn't even want to get the police involved. Now you want him dead? It's not what you think, okay? If he dies, it won't be because of me, right? Then the rest of my family won't know I was involved. They won't disown me or think less of me. Aoi. Look, I'm not going to go ahead with it, okay? Besides, you don't even believe the site works. So...
I feel terrible for Aoi. Part of me wants to scream for her to do it, to request that asshole's death and let me or Corpse Girl take care of him. But part of me knows that she can't handle it. She would be crushed with guilt if he really did die. She's delicate and emotional. Being responsible for the death of another human being, a family member, that would devastate her.
Aoi, my best advice for you is to go to the police. Don't mess with requesting his death. Okay, I gotta go now.
I can see her pouting face in my mind. This face she makes when she doesn't get something she wants. She's not a childish person, but her disappointment is often evident in her expressions.
I'll speak to you soon, okay? Okay, bye.
She ends the call and I have a sigh. I get the nagging feeling that she's going to do something rash. But really? Can I blame her? That guy, whoever he is, has been harassing her for so long, it's only natural she'd be at her wit's end. So, if she makes the request, I'll take care of him. And if the guilt eats away at her, I'll be there to comfort her. It's the least I can do as her friend, Noriko. It's the least I can do as Corpse Girl. As I resume getting ready for work, I can't help but replay the conversation in my head. Aoi definitely seemed excited about the prospect of Corpse Girl's website being the real deal. Excited, eager, filled with anticipation. That same dizzying feeling I get whenever I'm waiting for a victim's death. Waiting for a victim's death. And then it hits me. I immediately realised why Aoi was so excited, why she called me in an uncharacteristically talkative mood. She wanted my opinion on Corpse Girl's operation. She wanted affirmation, confirmation. She wanted reassurance that her victim really is going to perish. She doesn't know that I'm Corpse Girl. She simply wanted a knowledgeable friend to confirm if the rumours are true. Because she has already submitted a victim's photo to the website. And she can't wait to find out if he's going to die. Throwing my handbag on the floor, I grab my laptop from the bed. It's right where I left it before falling asleep last night. I boot it up and log into Corpse Girl's website. The little blinking notification that I dream about seeing greets me. 3 new requests!
3 new requests? How?
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I quickly queue up the photos to download. After a few seconds, they all open up and I flick through them with a dumbfounded expression plastered across my face. Hello again, girls! We meet again! They're all female, so that rules out my theory that Aoi has requested the death of the guy harassing her. I suppose she really was just excited about the prospect of the website, but hadn't actually gone through with anything yet. But what really surprised me about the new request is that I recognise one of the young women, yet another person I'm familiar with. Out of all the people in the world, what are the chances of knowing multiple people requested through the website? The girl is Emi Katsuno. If I remember correctly, she went to the senior high school with Aoi, Shinya and myself. I never liked her much. In fact, she was somewhat of a bully toward me. Nothing more than a name calling, but in my mind that's as bad as anything else. It's not hard to imagine someone wanting her dead. The other 2 victims are strangers to me. A ditzy looking airhead with pink hair, and a worn out strained woman who could be anywhere from 20 to 40. To get 3 requests all at once is remarkable. How am I going to work through all of these? Oh, so we're going to deliver the corpse to her, aren't we? In the body bag outside. She's going to be the first victim of the great corpse heist, I think. It's a shame that my operation with Kajiro isn't fully set up yet. It would be fantastic to go all out on these requests, secure some corpses and take some truly convincing photos. Well, there's no use stressing over that. The best I can do is simply get to work on forging some photos. In fact, maybe I'll skip work today so I can dedicate the time to crafting these photos. It's Friday after all, It's pretty much the weekend. No one will care if I don't show up at the office. I nod to myself as if I'm convincing my own mind that I'm making the right choice. I load up the database of the deceased. I step outside my apartment building, squinting in order to defend myself from the overwhelming rays of sunlight assaulting my eyes. As narrow as my vision is, I'm able to determine that Kojiro is nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Once again, he's making me wait. As I mumble under my breath, I hear the screeching of tyres and watch in disbelief as a van pulls up outside my apartment building. It's a beat-up old thing that may have once been white, but is now covered in grime. The windows are either tinted or encrusted with dirt. To my surprise, the window on the passenger's side lowers and I see some familiar faces. Next to Kojiro, in the driver's seat, is none other than Tomoe. She's waving and grinning like a lunatic.
Hey, skank!
So, how's this?
My face must reveal my fury because Kojiro flinches before I can even respond.
Where did you even get this piece of shit?
Some guy.
Some guy? What guy?
That's some guy from the noise marketplace. Only wanted $250 for it. So, here's the other half of your money back. You're welcome.
He holds up the paper bag I gave him earlier. It seems to still have a bit of weight to it. When Kojiro showed up at my apartment early this morning, he told me he'd found a great deal in a van. I had a good feeling about it, and I handed him the money to go and secure the vehicle. However, he mentioned that he needed a driver to haul it back. He asked me to call Tomoe for assistance. Thankfully, Tomoe agreed to help. Any opportunity to leave the office was good enough for her. I never expected her and Kojiro to come back driving a death trap on wheels.
Unbelievable. We're not going to die in this thing, are we?
Who knows?
It has AC! Great. Did you ask the guy if anyone has ever been murdered in it?
What do you care? It's gonna see a lot of corpses before we're done with it.
He's got a point, but I still don't feel good about it.
We're picking up corpses in this thing.
It's important. And you owe me one, remember?
That shit's gross. I don't mind driving, but come on. Ugh, whatever. Long as I don't have to touch nothing.
I'm doing the heavy lifting. Don't worry.
Tomoe leans over Kojiro and squeezes past him awkwardly to speak to me in a hushed voice.
Who is this weirdo, anyway? When you said you wanted me to go pick up a van, I thought you'd put me in decent company.
Sorry. He's my, business partner.
This is all for corpse girl shit, right? Well, whatever. I'm cool with it. Just hope this dude doesn't try to cut me or nothing.
She pulls back and gives Kojiro some air.
Anyway, get in.
Huh? Why?
Going to the morgue.
Hang on. I haven't planned anything yet. You want to do this now?
If not now, when?
Any other time, after I've had a chance to get organized.
You have requests, right?
Yeah, 3, actually.
Right. So let's go get some bodies that match.
But you haven't even had time to put aside any ashes. You were gonna collect a little from each cremation and put them aside and...
Already done.
Seriously?
Worked night shift last night. Got like 3 or 4 canisters saved up. You said you've got 3 requests? Well, how convenient.
But...
Look, this operation was your idea. You want to do it or not?
I'm just not ready. Kojiro thinks he can just rock up to my place and take me to the morgue, somewhere I've never been. I've had no time to prepare myself, no time to even think about it. Visiting the factory yesterday left me feeling pretty exhausted. Having to tackle another new place today is simply too much to ask.
I told you I'd guide you through the process, right? There's nothing to worry about.
You don't understand. I've never been to the morgue before.
Tomoe shoots me a quizzical look from behind Kojiro.
You nervous? I think I understand. For me, It's the most relaxing place on Earth. My little sanctuary.
Really?
Sure. No one to talk to me, no one to bother me. Unless you count the dead, of course.
I suppose that's true.
And you won't be alone. You've got me and this chick.
It's Tomoe. Thank you very much.
Right. Sauce.
I take a deep breath and brace myself for the next thing I'm about to say.
Okay. Let's go.
Kojiro is right. Everything will be okay. I need to get used to going to the morgue. It's a new place, but it's going to be an essential place. I tell myself that this is all for Corpse Girl. For me. For us. Kojiro pulls the van's sliding door open and I take a careful step inside. The morgue is a lot colder than I imagined it would be. I berate myself for not bringing a sweater, but there's nothing I can do about it now. The place has an icy, otherworldly feel to it. It's depressing and clinical and devoid of hope. And then there's the stench. It's not as overwhelming as I feared it might be, but it lingers and claws at my senses. It clings inside my nostrils and mouth, and the very interior of my skull. It's very easy to understand why Kojiro's clothes always smell like this place. Once the odor gets a grip on you, it doesn't let go.
Honey, I'm home.
Real practical joker now. A poor joke in poor taste, even for Kojiro. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. Even Tomoe is looking a bit paler than normal. I'm surprised she accompanied us inside after she spent the whole drive over insisting that she would stay in the van.
They store bodies in here.
Of course. See all these lockers? They're cold chambers. Pretty much all of them are full. A body in each.
Fucking disgusting.
Noriko?
I mean, Tomoe, you are also a body, you are aware of that. Living, but you are a body.
Yeah?
I keep things in order around here. Chambers on the left wall are cadavers due for cremation.
And what about the lockers on the right wall?
No touchy-touchy. They're new arrivals or they're being collected for some reason or other. Autopsy, funeral, etc.
Got it. So, we can only make use of the cadavers in the lockers on the left wall.
That's a bingo.
I listlessly wander over to the left wall. There must be dozens of cold chambers here, all lined up in neat rows. Some doors are slightly ajar, and peeking inside reveals that they are empty. But the vast majority are sealed tight, the occupants within sleeping soundly.
Hey, question.
Shoot.
How do I know who is in each locker? Like, if I wanted to get an old woman's corpse, do I just have to search blindly?
Nah.
Okay, then what do I do?
Come here.
I walk over to Kojiro and fall into a large computer monitor mounted on the far wall. He taps on a little panel inset into the wall and shelf pops out, revealing a keyboard and mouse.
Familiar with databases?
Somewhat.
Perhaps all my data entry experience at Temujin will pay off here.
It's pretty simple anyway. Live database contains the current inventory items.
Ew. Ugh. You refer to these bodies as inventory items?
What would you call them?
Well, like, they used to be real people and shit, right? Why not show some respect?
I don't understand. They're cadavers.
I put a trembling hand on Tomoe's shoulder. I want to comfort her, but the act of doing so is still alien to me.
Don't worry about him, Tomoe. He can be a bit insensitive.
He's a freak.
Wow. Ouch.
Tomoe scoffs and makes a gesture with her middle finger. I'm a little surprised that she's so bothered by this. It's kind of funny that she holds respect for the dead, but not so much for the living.
Okay, so I can search this database for bodies that match my needs.
Yep. Just use the filters at the top. Not many categories, but it has the basics.
Name, like the serial number for the shelf you're on, maybe an attached photo. Probably about it.
Age range, gender, name. Not that that'll be useful to you. Actually, that's about it.
I was gonna say.
It's enough. It'll save some time at the very least.
Okay, so you want to hoist 3 bodies today, right? You said you have 3 requests?
Yeah, but this place is kind of overwhelming. I'm hesitant to bite off more than we can chew.
What's the game plan then?
How about we just take one body today? We'll take it back to the factory, work on it, and see how we go.
Also, we're meant to be doing this 50-50, so we can't really take 3, because you would want another 3. So why don't we take 1 each?
Works for me. Here, use the database.
Kojiro steps away from the monitor and indicates that I should use it. I rest my sweaty hands on the keyboard and feel the cold metal button sting my skin. Metal keyboard. It's very fitting for this cold, lifeless place. I have 3 requests currently in the works. I managed to get photos edited for all 3 of them, thanks to taking the day off from the office. There's Emi Katsuno, the bully I went to school with. Then there's the pink-haired girl and the woman that looked tired and worn out. I should try and find a cadaver that matches the appearance of one of those victims. I used the database's filter to search for females, and then I narrowed down the age range to young adult. There are a lot of hits. Just how many people are entombed here anyway? I skimmed through the list of results. Since their names are meaningless to me, they might as well be all identical. But the column of data containing cold chamber identification codes is interesting. I point one of the results out to Kojiro.
Hey, how do I know what these numbers mean? This one here is 64AB. This one is number 31AA.
Ah, okay. Letters correspond to location. First letter refers to left wall or right wall. Second letter refers to top row or bottom row.
Understood.
Give me an example.
Okay, this one? Number 64AB. The A means it's on the left wall and the B means it's on the bottom row.
Understood.
Left wall. That's the side
Yes.
I can choose from, right? The body's due for cremation?
Exactly.
Yep,
So I could grab number 64AB if I wanted.
up to you.
But this one here, let's see,
No.
number 98BA.
Because that's the
Could I
right.
grab that?
That's the right wall top row, Noriko. 98 along, presumably.
No, the first letter is B, so that's on the right wall. No go. Not scheduled for cremation.
I think I get it. Thanks.
I make a mental list of cold chambers on the left wall that fit my needs.
I'm going to start cracking open some of these sarcophagi.
Haha, that's a new one. Mad.
I hope that my nervousness isn't showing. I almost can't believe I'm about to examine corpses in the flesh. Corpse Girl would be proud of me right now. As I walk over to the left wall of the cold chambers, I catch a glimpse of Tomoe. She's standing by the exit swiping on her phone as she taps her foot. I reach the first locker I want to look at.
Here we go.
There's a metal handle on the front of the chamber. It's paired with a release button which I gather has to be pressed in the same time as the handle is pulled forward. I grip the handle tightly, press the button, and pull with all my strength. A hiss echoes throughout the morgue as frigid pressurized air billows out of the chamber. The door is now wide open, revealing the darkness within the locker. I peer inside. I can make out the shape of a body bag lying atop the sliding tray inside the locker.
I thought the body would slide out automatically.
No? Just pull the tray out, like you'd pull out an oven tray.
I take a deep breath and grab the edge of the tray, then slide it out. Thankfully, the thick rolls along the bottom rail do most of the work, and once it has momentum, the tray slides all the way out of the chamber. My prize is revealed at last, a musty white body bag packed full with a decomposing corpse.
Now what?
Just unzip the HRP.
The what?
Kojiro rolls his eyes.
The body bag. Unzip it, but cover your nose.
I do as I'm told. My left hand pinches my nostrils. My right hand grips the tag attached to the bag zipper. I tug the tag down and drag it along the length of the bag, and the zip makes a familiar zzz sound as I smell the decomposing corpses and vomit on the ground and fall to my knees trying to catch my vomit and hold my nose closed at the same time. Tears well in my eyes and I can't help but cry as the stench strikes me across my face again and again, and the river of bile and sick pouring down my clothes feels like searing hot cattle prod against my skin. The sight of the corpse in the bag flickers in my vision and sears itself into my retinas, and I can't get it out of my head even when I close my eyes, and I can't get it out of my head, and I can't not see it anymore, and I can't help but think of my own reflection and how much I resemble Noriko and Corpse Girl, and the corpse in the bag all mixed together in some completely fucked up hybrid of decaying flesh and bone. I think Kojiro Tomoe or Aoi grabs my shoulders to drag me away from the body, but Aoi isn't here anyway, and their hands feel so strong and warm and not brittle and lifeless like mine, and not slender and perfect like Aoi's, but I get dragged away regardless, and my eyes are watering and the fluorescent lights on the ceiling are magnified by my tears, and I want to tear my eyes out and get the sight of the corpse out of my mind. By the way, one sentence. I've seen so many corpses over the last year. I've seen countless photos of bodies dismembered and asphyxiated, and electrocuted and shot and maimed and drowned, and yet the decaying corpse in the body bag, or the HRP as Kojiro called it, is worse than any of them, and it's worse than anything I could ever imagined, and it's worse than me and worse than Corpse Girl, and for a fleeting moment I begin to question what I've spent the last year doing. What am I doing involving myself in the dead and buried? The frantic screams of a girl resound in my ears, and my eyes and my nostrils, and I think she's calling my name, but it doesn't sound like my name. It sounds like Noriko or something along those lines. Maybe Yuriko. But she's calling out for my sister. My sister isn't here, and Noriko isn't here, and I'm the only one here, lying on my side on the cold tile floor and covered in warm vomit and hot tears, and I feel the body lying next to me and smiling and offering me a cup of coffee from that lovely French cafe I went to one time. I picture that lifeless corpse in my mind, smiling and calling me names like Bitch Queen or Goth Bitch or Bitch Bitch. Basically just any senseless name she can pair with the word bitch. That word I hate so much that Yuriko used to always call me that. And Mother used to always call me. That word that carries so much hate and contempt and yet rolls at the tongue so easily. The lifeless corpse keeps calling me names, keeps taunting me, keeps growing out of her long blonde hair, and she taunts me with her fake smile and fake eyelashes. She corners me in the classroom and pulls my hair and rips out a fistful of it, and laughs and calls me bitchy bitch bitch bitch, and screams and cackles, and I realise that she's always bullied me like this, and I hate her for it because I never did anything to her. I never did anything to Emi Katsuno, but she always bullied me. But she never bullied Aoi, because no one was ever allowed to bully Aoi, because the teachers all said so. They all said she's been through too much already, but it's okay to bully Noriko, or me, or Noriko. That's fine, they all said. So Emi liked to bully me and call me bitchin' bitch, and she liked to pull my hair out. But that's fine because hair grows back eventually, and it meant that she didn't bully Aoi, so in a way I was protecting Aoi, and that's all that ever really mattered. And the corpse in my mind isn't Emi, but I might as well be. It might as well be her, and maybe I can make it her. Maybe the corpse can become Emi Katsuno, and if I send her the photograph of the corpse, then she might kill herself. She might kill hers.
Fuck.
My neck cracks loudly as I sit up straight. I blink a few times to clear my tears out my eyes, and the worried faces of Kojiro and Tomoe appear in my vision.
Yo, you okay?
What the fuck, Noriko?
I spit the remnants of vomit out of my mouth.
I'm fine.
You don't fucking look fine. You chucked up all over the place.
She'll be right. Seen this kind of thing before.
What do you mean?
Pretty normal to react like that to a decomposing cadaver. Surprised you're okay, Tomoe?
It's Tomoe. Shit. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like him, but I've seen corpses before.
Well, I thought Noriko had too.
Just pictures, I guess.
And not forgetting the carnage I witnessed at the train station thanks to Kotomi Ida, Somehow seeing a stiff cadaver in a body bag was so much more overwhelming.
Right. Are you really Corpse Girl?
Apparently.
Come on, let's get you up.
Tomoe grabs me in a sort of bear hug and lifts me to my feet.
Sorry about the vomit.
It's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine.
Call it a day?
I put my weight on my unsteady feet and step away from Tomoe.
No. There's something I need to do.
I stare straight at the corpse in the body bag. Her face is still exposed, lifeless, expressionless. Her hair is long, blonde. I imagine her with a bit of makeup, some blush, some lipstick, some fake eyelashes.
Whoever this was, she's exactly what I need for my next victim.
That worked out well.
Can we get her into the van?
Okay, I'll grab a trolley. Tomoe, give me a hand?
Ugh, if I have to.
I nod and whisper a small thanks to both of them. Still a little groggy and unstable, I make my way to the morgue's door. I'll wait in the van for now. I need to take a moment to restore my energy. The real work will begin when we get to the factory. Is no one going to clean up that pool of vomit in the morgue now? Because I think someone's going to notice something's wrong if there's a pool of vomit there. No? No one? Alright, we're back to the factory. We arrived at the factory after a brief pit stop at my apartment to collect my makeup kit. Also, hopefully change your clothes or something. Kojiro managed to fix the lock on the front entrance, meaning we didn't have to try and shimmy a cadaver through the side window. He even found the proper key for the place on one of the rusted workbenches. Tomoe helped to drag a workbench to the centre of the factory floor, and we hoisted the cadaver on top of it. Kojiro unwrapped it from the HRP, which he explained simply meant human remains pouch. Staring down at the body before me, I now begin to wonder why I freaked out so much at the morgue. It's just a body, a lifeless thing that once was somebody, but now has no meaning in its existence.
It's kind of gross, but it's not really that bad.
Ugh. I'm glad you've come around, but I still don't want nothing to do with it.
Right, so we're here. We got your body. What now?
I fetch my makeup kit from the floor beside the workbench and place it next to the corpse.
We're going to make this body look as close as possible to this girl.
I flash my phone at Kojiro and Tomoe, showing off the photo of Emi Kitsuno that was submitted to Corpse Girl's website.
Right. But why?
Because then we can photograph it and convince the victim, Emmy, that it's her own dead body.
Why?
I furrow my brow. Kojiro coughs in an attempt to hide his laughter.
That's how Corpse Girl does things.
I don't know. Sounds like a shit plan. We went to all that effort to steal a dead body and you just want to take photos of it?
Look, so far I've done everything with photo manipulation. And sometimes it's successful, like with Akane Tsurumaki.
That bitch?
It convinced her to kill herself. But I'll admit that it hasn't worked so well on Corpse Girl's other victims.
So you think repeating the same thing that don't work over and over again will eventually work?
She's got a point, Noriko. Corpse Girl doesn't have the best track record. Maybe something has to change.
But what? This is the way I've always done things, and...
I hang my head in defeat. I don't know what to do. I spent all morning crafting fake photos of my 3 victims. But for what purpose? They're not going to convince anyone to kill themselves. And now I'm standing here in the factory, looking at a corpse that I want to decorate as Emi Kitsuno, just so I can take photographs of it. And there's no point in doing so. I already crafted the photo of Emi's death, so why am I here? What the hell am I doing?
You two are right. I can't keep going on like this. I've already crafted a photo of this victim's death. So I really don't know why I let it get so far. I guess I didn't truly think we'd pull this off. I kind of just went along with Kojiro's suggestion to go to the morgue.
Hey, don't pin it on me. This is your scheme.
The weirdo is right. This is on you, Noriko.
They're right. They're both spot on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wasting my time. Their time. I'm wasting Corpse Girl's time.
Here, give me your phone.
Without waiting for approval, Tomoe snatches my phone out of my hands. She swipes past the photo of Emmy, then swipes back to it.
Yo, you said you already made the corpse photo. Where is it?
I don't keep it on my phone. That would be stupid. The only copy is still on my laptop at home.
But you've got a photo of this bitch on your phone.
Well, yeah. I just pulled it from her noise profile earlier. It's exactly the same image that was uploaded to Corpse Girl's website, though.
Right.
Hold it. How did you know the Vic's name? Corpse Girl doesn't ask for a name.
Oh, this girl... I actually went to school with her. It's a coincidence, I assure you.
Uh-huh.
Look, that doesn't matter, does it?
Well, tell me what the corpse photo looks like.
Well, it wasn't my most creative work. I had 3 requests to fulfill in a short amount of time, so I kinda made them all similar. I made it look like this girl, Emmy, fell from a tall building and splattered on the pavement.
Fucking lame.
Fucking Tomoe. You know what? You're on the list of things of the people I want to keep alive now.
Yeah. Why did you want to know, anyway?
Well, I've got an idea for you. I know, I'm just the driver and all, but you've dragged me in this far, so at least let me make a suggestion, Kay?
Okay, go ahead.
We've got this here body. You've got a corpse photo of the bitch all locked and loaded. Let's kick it up a notch. Take your time to apply makeup. Make the body really look like the victim. Send her the corpse photo first, and then we'll deliver this body to the bitch.
Deliver the body?
We rock a better joint, leave the dead body on her doorstep, and then we fucking get out of there. Can you imagine how fucking scary it would be to come face to face with your own corpse? Think about it from her perspective. She gets a photo of her own dead body, right? Then, like, hours later, just as she's trying to get it out of her mind, her own corpse shows up at her house.
This is putting in very dangerous steps down Tomoe. We'll have to worry about, fingerprints, CCTV footage of, us just lugging a corpse to someone's building. Then eventually they're going to take the corpse back, they're going to do an autopsy on the corpse, and realise that it's from this morgue. I think this is not a great plan, but, considering the prologue, I think I know how this goes.
She'll fucking snap, I guarantee it. Hell, I probably would too, and I know what's going on.
I can't believe it. Tomoe's completely lost the plot. The plan is incredibly devious. It's almost evil, and I'm in love with the idea. I'm in love with the idea of delivering a person's own corpse to them before they kill themselves.
Tomoe!
Despite my own nature, I find myself throwing myself at Tomoe and wrapping my arms around her.
Yo, what the?
I bury my head between her neck and shoulder, the warmth of her body radiating through my own cold and clammy form. I start to sob uncontrollably. Maybe I still have tears left over from my incident at the morgue, or maybe I'm just truly bitchin' happy at this moment.
Tomoe! Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Your idea is brilliant. It's perfect. Oh, I can't think of a better way to bring Corpse Girl's plans to fruition.
I mean, I just said the first thing that came to mind, so... But hey, I'm real glad you like the idea. I'm happy to help.
I wipe my eyes, but I don't let go of Tomoe.
Hell. I wonder if you'd make a better Corpse Girl than me.
Nah, don't be stupid. I just had one good idea is all. No, come on. It ain't like you to get all sappy. Pick yourself up, yeah?
Right. In a moment.
I nuzzle my cheek further into Tomoe's neck and feel her skin prickle underneath my breath. She tenses up a little bit, but doesn't push me away. We're in there! It's happening!
You're so so warm.
It's happening!
Jeez. Come on now, we've got work to do.
Oh yeah, we do, baby.
Okay.
I reluctantly step back from Tomoe and wipe my eyes. Tomoe's a little red in the face. She ruffles the collar of her shirt and fans her face.
You never had a girl cling to me like that before. Better not tell Shinya in case he gets real jealous.
Kojiro is silent. He seems to be simply observing the moment. Yeah, I know, I can imagine. I take a second to compose myself. Tomoe is right. We do have work to do. I look to the corpse atop the table, patiently waiting for us to conclude our discussion. I wish I was as patient as the dead.
We starting?
Yes. Let's do this.
Mad. Few things to keep in mind. Putting makeup on a cadaver isn't as simple as you think. This one's already decomposing. Not all the makeup will take. Put a little extra on. Don't be stingy. It doesn't help that the body is ice cold. Now, if we had a space heater, we could warm it up. That would help the makeup stick. But it'll speed up decomposition.
We can't have it decomposing any faster. It's already out of cold storage, so I imagine we don't have long as it is.
Right. We're going to want to deliver it to your Vic soon, like less than 24 hours soon.
That's fine.
Yo, what about timing the delivery? Corpse Girl's photos have a, what's it called, a timestamp?
Yeah, I timestamped the photos with a supposed time of death. I usually set it to a little after the time the victim receives the photo. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes a whole day.
Uh-huh, I get it. Well, like, for best effect, we're gonna want to deliver the corpse before the time marked on the photo, right? That way, the Vic gets the photo and the corpse before the set time. Creates a kind of ticking time bomb. Should convince him to off himself before time's up.
That makes sense. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so, what time did you write on this Emmy chick's corpse photo?
I scratched my head and tried to think about it. It's hard to recall since I created 3 different photos at the same time. I'm pretty confident I lined them all up one after another, an hour gap in between each one.
7:28 a.m. tomorrow.
We gotta deliver the corpse before then, huh?
Too early. Usually asleep.
Well, you're gonna have to get your ass up early, for Noriko.
For Corpse Girl.
Kojiro groans, but he doesn't object further.
So, I'll send the photo out when I get home tonight. Emmy will receive it before she goes to bed for the night. It should shake her a little.
Then, in the morning, she'll wake up to her doorbell ringing and a corpse left on her doorstep.
That should be enough to do the trick.
Think you're both forgetting something.
Yeah, I think you're forgetting a lot of things.
Where are we delivering the corpse?
Are you dense? We're delivering it to this Emmy bitch's home.
Sure, of course. But where does she live? Got her address?
Oh.
Ah, shit.
A hole in the plan. A massive flaw that we completely overlooked. A stunned silence is the only answer Kojiro needs.
This whole thing is a bust. Kinda disappointed in you, Noriko. Thought Corpse Girl was some mastermind, some genius worth worshipping.
I don't have a response to that comment. Bile begins to rise in my throat as a pit opens up inside my stomach.
Turns out everything so far has been sheer luck. Well, I'm out. Use the factory if you want, but I'm not sticking around.
Kojiro waves half-heartedly and walks away. I can't say anything to stop him. My thoughts are frozen, locked in place, chained down by humiliation and anxiety.
Hold up just one fucking second.
Of course, Tomoe never fails to grab somebody's attention. Kojiro turns back.
We're just getting started here. Of course there's gonna be hiccups. We'll iron out all the details as we go. Don't just abandon Noriko like that. Corpse Girl has done more for me than you'll ever know.
That's so?
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna stand by her side. If you're a coward, feel free to bow out now. But if Noriko means anything to you, anything at all, then just swallow your fucking doubts and help her out.
Tomoe? I never thought she'd be one to make a rousing speech. Short and simple though as it was.
Right. Suppose we did make a deal after all? Though, nothing really stopping me from taking cadavers from the morgue whenever I want now. Still, I guess I'll help you out. But if this keeps going astray, I really will walk away.
Fine, but follow through on this one victim at least.
I managed to gather up enough strength to make a simple plea.
Please, I can't do this without you.
Okay.
Very thought-provoking.
Find Emi's address. If Tomoe drives, I'll handle moving the corpse in the morning.
I nod firmly.
Okay, I'll work it out. Thank you, Kojiro.
Kojiro waves once again and takes his leave. The heavy steel door at the front of the factory slams shut behind him.
Phew. Okay, got any ideas?
Maybe one. Can you call Shinya? Ask him if he remembers Emi Katsuno from school, and see if he knows where she lives.
Shinya? Oh yeah. He said once that you went to school together. Guess he might know Emi too, huh?
I don't want to get the detective's son involved in this.
My thoughts exactly. I'm going to make a call as well.
Shinya, I'm stealing a girl and then potentially putting you as one of the co-conspirators in this great series of murders. Apologies. I quickly make a call to Aoi. As the phone is ringing, I look up at the skylight above. The sun is nearly disappeared from the sky, and we're running out of light. If there was electricity connected here, we wouldn't have a problem, but if it gets much darker than this, we're going to struggle to apply makeup to the cadaver. Oh, I've just remembered, Aoi meets up with Emi. They bump into each other in the mall, so she knows roughly where she lives.
Noriko? Hey, me again. Feels like we just spoke this morning, hey? It was this morning. Yeah. Listen, just a quick question. Do you remember Emi Katsuno from school? Katsuno? Okay, that's really freaky, Noriko.
She bumped into her at the mall.
Huh? What is? I bumped into Katsuno just today at the mall. You're kidding. I'm serious. She was pretty distressed, actually. She just got fired from her job. I see. Actually, it's kind of funny. I spoke with you about Corpse Girl's website this morning, and I spoke to Katsuno about it too. Really? Seems like there's someone she wanted dead. Maybe. I'm not sure. Perhaps her boss that fired her? Interesting. Why are you asking about her anyway?
Yeah, this is what I was wondering.
It's an odd question, but do you happen to know where she lives? Yes. Wait, seriously? Want me to send you her address? Are you going to visit her?
Okay, Aoi's gonna have a real question here when she just turns up dead the next day. It's like, oh, out of the blue, Noriko started asking about, Emi Katsuno, and now she's dead. And she keeps doing this to all people in our school. What an interesting coincidence.
Oh, Aoi. If you could send her address, then I'll really owe you one. Sure, I'll text it through. I didn't think you'd actually know it, but I wanted to ask anyway. No problem. I followed her home today from the mall, so I guess it worked out well for you.
Why? Hang on. Aoi followed Emi home from the mall? Like, she stalked her?
What did you say? Oh, I followed Emi home today. I got on the train carriage behind hers. Well, don't worry. She didn't see me.
Did Aoi put a photo on the website, do we think?
Aoi? What are you talking about? Well, I wanted to find out if she was going to use Corpse Girl's website, since I recommended it to her and all. I don't know what to say. Hey, I'm still at work, okay? I shouldn't really be talking on the phone. We'll chat later. Bye-bye. Aoi, wait, don't hang up.
The phone call ends abruptly. I'm baffled by the fact that Aoi followed Emi home. I can't quite figure out what must have been going through her head at the time. But right now, I don't have the time to worry about it. I need to finish up here at the factory. I notice that I have an unread message on my phone. I open it up to find Aoi has sent me Emi's full address.
Well, at least I got the address.
You got it? Nice. Shinya barely remembered the chick, apparently, so it wasn't really helpful, sorry.
Okay, that's now 2 people that know we're connected to this.
No trouble. We got what we needed.
One of them being the detective son.
It's getting dark. Help me put some makeup on the corpse.
Okay, show me that photo of Emi again. We better do this properly.
Yeah, get a trowel out. Just lather it on there.
Right. Here.
I bring up the photo and we examine it closely before setting to work. By the time I get home, I'm completely drained. I barely have the energy to open the front door. Today was an ordeal. It dragged on forever and ever, and yet it still felt like I didn't have enough time to get everything done. After changing out of my vomit-stained clothes, which I should have done earlier, I make myself a cup of tea. I'm hoping a few sips will help me relax and unwind. I sit down on the couch, cup in hand. When it's cool enough to drink, I take a sip and feel a little bit of today's pressure lift from my shoulders. My laptop is sitting next to me. I know I shouldn't bite off more than I can chew today. If I check for new requests, I'll probably regret it. I unfold the laptop and navigate to Corpse Girl's website. 1 new request. Shit. These are really beginning to pile up. I can't restrain myself from opening the request. Request details. Today, 3:03 PM local time. Victim's phone, blah blah blah. Downloading image attachment. The request came in while I was busy with Kojiro and Tomoe, probably around the time we were at the morgue. The image of the victim downloads. I stare intently at the picture of my older sister, Noriko Kurosawa. 28 years old, senior high school dropout, currently on parole after a short second stint in prison. Noriko. What are the odds of you appearing here, on my screen, in my life at this moment? I haven't spoken to you for so long. I haven't seen you. I haven't even received contact from you, only to ignore you. Only to ignore it. Why are you here now? Why does somebody want you dead? I suppose it's not that hard to think of why someone would request your death. I'm sure you have a lot of enemies thanks to the crew you run with. But for someone to actually use Corpse Girl's website to request your death? It's coincidental. Too coincidental. Just like everything that's been happening lately. Noriko. I hate you so much. You abandoned me when I needed you. You abandoned Mother, even though she abandoned us first. I hate you. Corpse Girl never refuses a request. It's one of her convictions. I'll never refuse a request. I close the laptop's lid and rub my eyes. I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired. June 13th, Saturday morning.
She's dead. Splattered in the flower bed. Probably matches the photo you sent. Wish I'd seen that.
Thanks, Kojiro. And thank Tomoe for me.
No prob.
Where are you, anyway?
Where's the corpse? The first one. Have you just left it there?
Parking lot across the road. Perfect view of her apartment. People are coming outside. Must have heard the splat. Mad. We'd better gun it. See ya.
Okay, bye.
I hang up the phone and a smile fights its way across my tired face. Emi Katsuno is dead. She killed herself thanks to the trauma of discovering her own corpse at her doorstep. Even though I forgot to send the corpse photo last night. I nearly fucked up her entire plan due to how exhausted I was. By some stroke of luck, I managed to wake up early this morning. Thankfully, my first thought upon waking was to send the photo. Emi would have received the picture only an hour before the time marked on it. It was a close call, a very close call. But I can't help but wonder if it worked in our favour. Kojiro and Tomoe rushed over to her apartment to deliver the corpse. Forcing Emi into a confrontation with the photo, an imminent time of death, and then the discovery of her own corpse all in the space of an hour worked to our advantage. It worked so well that I'm starting to consider making this our regular mode of operation. I glanced at the burner phone atop the coffee table. Since Emmy is already dead, there's no point in me waiting 24 hours to discard it. I'll get rid of it right away. After that, I'll have to figure out what to do about the other remaining requests. I still have 2 photos of victims that I crafted on the same day I made Emmy's photo. With all the urgency of plotting Emmy's demise, I didn't have a chance to send them. I'll have to edit them a little bit because of the timestamps on them are now out of date, but that's okay, it's a quick fix. And then there's the request for Noriko Kurosawa. I'll need to deal with that too. Eventually. June 14th, Sunday morning. Okay, I think I'm going to end this part here. If you enjoyed it, why don't leave a like, subscribe, everything helps me out, and I'll see you on the next part where we're going to try and kill our own sister, apparently. Goodbye!